Hi everyone, good morning. Today we'll see some required formulae with respect to symmetrical components. You can represent the VA is equal to VA1 plus VA2 plus VA0 and VB and VC is equal to VC0. Now here each equation is having three symmetrical components with respect to phase A and three symmetrical components with respect to phase B and with respect to C. Total we have 9 different components we have. So it is a time consuming to get the solution. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to simplify this equation by representing only in terms of one phase. So by using the symmetrical component concept, we can represent all the components with respect to phase A alone. So now we are trying to represent phase A only. So this equation will not change. The VB1 can be represented by A square into VA1 and VB2 is AVA2 plus VB0 is. So all are in phase. So it is just VA0. So A into VA1 plus A square into VA2 plus VA0. If you want to represent in terms of current, just we have to replace the voltages by currents. That's it. So now you can see we can get the current just by replacing the voltages by currents. And if you see here, for phase A, the first two equations are same. Okay, whether it is a current or voltages, these two equations are same. Why? Because we are considering phase A itself as a reference phasor. So there won't be any difference between these two quantities. Symmetrical components in terms of unbalanced voltages. So it's not only voltages, we are representing the unbalanced voltages as well as currents. Voltages as well as currents. So what is the difference? There won't be any difference. Just if you replace the voltage by current, you will get the current equations. VA0 is equal to 1 by 3 times of VA plus VB plus VC. VA1 is equal to 1 by 3 times of VA plus AVB plus A square VC. So VA2 is equal to 1 by 3 VA plus A square VB plus A into VC. So these are the relations in terms of the unbalanced voltages. So now we can write in terms of the currents also. So remember any one set. Don't try to remember the two sets of equations. So remember either voltages or currents. So you can write the other one. Zero sequence component with respect to neutral. We know the voltage equation VA0 is equal to 1 by 3 times of VA plus VB plus VC. Now here there are two cases. First one, if these voltages are phase voltages, if these voltages are line voltages, so what will happen? Suppose if these voltages are given in terms of the phase voltages, the zero sequence component VA0 may exist. VA0 may exist. Suppose if the given voltages are line voltages, then there won't be any zero sequence components in the system. So then you can consider the VA0 value as a zero value. Now if you come to the current, we know IA0 is also can be represented as IA plus IB plus IC by 3. If neutral exists in the system, then IA naught will be equal to IN by 3. We have seen what is the importance of the neutral connection with respect to the symmetrical components. From that you can represent the sum of the line currents as IN, neutral current. So the neutral current will be 3 times of the zero sequence component. So this is the case whenever there is a presence of neutral in the system. Suppose if there is no neutral connection, then this IA naught component will be 0. So no second thought, if there is no neutral connection, if it is a delta connected system, IA naught is equal to 0. So if it is a star connected without neutral grounded, so you can consider it as a, in that condition also the zero sequence component will be 0. If they have given the line voltages and they are asking you to find out the zero sequence component, in that condition also the zero sequence component will be 0. So these are the tips to simplify the problem. Simply they will ask you, some questions to consume the time. So if you know the concept, then you can directly, no need to go for the substitution. Directly you can conclude that. So the zero sequence component under these conditions will be 0. Now power. So now we already know that the power is invariance whether you represent with respect to the unbalanced voltages or whether we represent with the symmetrical components, both will be same. So now what is, we have observed one small difference there. What is the difference? Let us see. I can represent the complex power S in terms of the unbalanced voltages as VA into IA conjugate plus VB into IB conjugate plus VC into IC conjugate. So can I write this as a 3 times of VA into IA conjugate means? So we are not supposed to write like that. Why? Because we are considering the unbalanced voltages. If you are in the case of the balanced voltages, then instead of the 3 phases, we can take it as a 1 phase and you can write it as a 3 times of V into I conjugate. But in this condition, you cannot proceed with that formula. So each phase, we are adding one phase separately. So it is a 3 phase power. So we are adding 3 different single phase powers. Now coming to the in terms of the symmetrical components. So we have derived the equation there 3 times of VA into VA1 into IA1 conjugate plus VA2 into IA2 conjugate plus VA0 into IA0 conjugate. This is the representation of one unbalanced phasor, that is with respect to phase A. So to get the 3 phase power, we are multiplying with the 3. So in this unbalanced system, you can find out the power by using either using this formula or using this formula depending on the data. Relation between the sequence components of line and the phase quantities. We know if you take the star connected system, the positive sequence component of the line voltage VA1. So I am representing the line voltages with a capital letter and the phase voltages with the small alphabet. So that is J root 3 times of VA1. So where this VA1 is the phase quantity. Similarly, the negative sequence component of the line voltage VA2 is equal to minus J root 3 times of VA2. Just now we have seen the zero sequence component with respect to the line voltages will be always 0 volts. With respect to the delta connected system, the positive sequence component of the line current, that is IA1 is equal to, so J root 3 times of IA1. So what is this? This is phase quantity. So phase quantity. Now negative sequence line current IA2 is equal to minus J root 3 times of IA2. So you can say the zero sequence line current. So where we are considering, we are taking the delta connected system. Will be any neutral present in the delta connected system? No, we won't be having any neutral. So if neutral connection is not there, means the zero sequence components will not be present in the system. This phase shift we are following with respect to the American National Standard Institute. So they are telling the high voltage side should be lead the low voltage side by 30 degrees. So that means the high voltage side with respect to the positive sequence. These statements are with respect to the positive sequence only, not with respect to the negative sequence. So the positive sequence high voltage side voltage should lead the low voltage side by 30 degrees. So we have factor root 3 times of N1 by N2. So that is with respect to the number of turns. Similarly, if you take with respect to the negative sequence component, in that the high voltage side lags the low voltage side by 30 degrees. What's that mean? The low voltage side leads the high voltage side by 30 degrees. So we have seen in this derivation how we got this term. Next, so if the voltages are in per unit, and this term will be replaced by unity. So replaced by 1. So you can directly give a relation VA1 at an angle 30 degrees and VA2 is equal to VA2 at an angle minus 30 degrees. So if you remember these many formulas, so you can definitely attempt any type of the problem related to the symmetrical components. Thank you.